All right, onwards.
Onwards we go.
That was a cool one too.
It's a sad one if you think about it. Like, Grandma does not want any of this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm just surprised the family was able to, like, you know, deal with it for who knows how long.
I know. I'm surprised they got her to the facility.
Yeah, they could have long died. Like, they could have ended up in a car crash themselves.
Yeah.
All right, the next SCP is co-written. So there are two people who wrote this one. One is called Zine, and the other one is called Silverwind. Silverwind does not have a office page, so we cannot check what else they wrote. I mean, we could. It's probably like there's probably some way on the Discord that I could do that. As you can see, Zine has written quite a lot, and I've read a lot of their work. Like everything below 2000 that they wrote, I've read, and even like here's like things that they wrote themselves, and here's all the ones that they wrote with other people. So they were busy. But this one is called The Perfect Foil. All right. There we go. Object class safe. This one is I was about to say it's very short, but then I forgot that there's an interview as well. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-2097 is to be held in a well-lit standard containment chamber. Historical Mongolian texts and children's books written in Spanish are to be arranged on the floor nearby. Different texts are to be rotated in on a monthly basis. The room is to be monitored by 4 CCTV cameras, with at least one directly focused on SCP-2097 at all times. Access to the chamber is to require level 3 clearance. Should instances of -1 manifest, Researcher Adams or the level 3 researcher currently assigned to SCP-2097 is to be informed immediately. Description: SCP-2097 has 4 observed forms: a fencing foil, a leaf-shaped arc, a thin sheet of metal, and a curved metal plate. The material that SCP-2097 is composed of may vary between manifested forms. Materials analysis does not reveal any abnormalities in the substances themselves. SCP-2097 will transition repeatedly between these forms, with its most common appearance being a thin sheet of aluminium. SCP-2097's transformation process is irregular and instantaneous. High-speed camera footage revealed the object changing from one form to the next, apparently in between frames. Prior to the first manifestation of -2, a piece of paper with a written message, henceforth referred to as -1, would occasionally materialize next to SCP-2097. Instances of -1 were usually written in crude English, though one instance was written in Mongolian. See below for examples of messages found on instances of -1. Worthy teacher, why does no word rhyme with orange? Is it the most beautiful word? What is Mr. and Doctor and Mrs. and Miss? Those aren't words, this is not perfect. Friend, why is it tooth and teeth, not booth and beef? Asking the real questions. Instances of -1 were later discovered to have been sent by -2. Writing on instances of -1 allowed the Foundation to communicate with -2 before it began to physically manifest in Foundation's containment. -2 is an entity that assumes the appearance of a puss moth caterpillar. Have you ever seen those?
So it's basically the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Caterpillar.
Yes, it's literally the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this, the hairy dude.
Ugh. Creepy.
Ew. It's so hairy. Is an entity that assumes the appearance of a puss moth caterpillar, Cerura venula, and claims to have created SCP-2097. -2 is able to produce high-pitched vocalization and can communicate in Mongolian and basic English. It claims to be a minor deity serving the god Tengri and has demonstrated detailed knowledge of the Mongol Empire. Throughout its interactions with the Foundation, -2 has been cooperative and amicable. It consistently expresses a desire for the presence of a man named Juan. And
Juan, where's Juan?
and where's
Only
Juan?
one for me. He's the only one for me.
He's the only Juan for me. Interview log 1. Who do you want to read? Do you want to read the little Postmoth, or do you want to read Adams?
I want to read the moss. It said it speaks in a high pitch, right? Or something like that.
Okay, you get to read them off. Interview log -1. Notes. This is the first recorded instance of communication with -2. Researcher Adams was the active listed researcher of SCP-2097 at this time. Communication was achieved through writing on instances of -1. -2's reply appears within a few seconds. Written messages are capitalized to distinguish from spoken dialogue.
Okay, so it's not spoken, but only act if it's spoken.
Yeah, so all the capitalized ones are like written down. Hello.
Hello.
Is anyone there?
Yes, it has been long since you wrote back.
How long has it been?
A few months. Where have you been?
I have been busy. There was no reply for 3 minutes. -2 then materialized next to SCP-2097. Shit!
Who are you?
I am Researcher Adams. What? -2 interrupts Adams.
Where am I? What is researcher? Where is Juan?
Calm down. You are in a safe place. I'm a doctor, and I'm here to help you. Can you tell me more about Juan?
Swears in Mongolian. Post-interview, this translated into various expletives directed towards the researcher Adams.
Hey, you were right. He did swear at me.
You piece of blah 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 blah.
Sorry, I did not understand that. Could you? Adams is interrupted again.
Bring me books.
At this point, -2 ceases communication and vanishes. What? If I was Adams, I'd be like, what? Containment procedures were updated, and subsequent interviews included the presence of a Mongolian translator. You absolute twat. You better bring me the finest of books. Addendum 1. Since books were introduced to the containment area, -2 has been observed to appear every 23 days, examining the books for 8 hours before disappearing. However, upon personnel entering the containment area while -2 is present, it will immediately demanifest and will not appear for another 23 days. After a year of this continued behavior, Researcher Adams left a note on top of SCP-2097. Please talk to me. At the next cycle. -2 remained in the room while Adams was present. See interview log. Here we have interview log 7. Notes, this interview was conducted in Mongolian with the help of a translator. It has been translated into English for ease of reading. Alright, please tell me who Juan is. Who are you? And what is this? Points at SCP-2097.
I am Sheba, one of knowledge, servant of God Tengri. This shape is one of my forms incarnate, allows me to read. Juan is my English teacher. He is a wise and valiant explorer. His real name is Juan Caballero, and he is a Spaniard, a friend of deities, and creator of perfect things.
I think -2 has a little bit of a crush on Juan.
Yeah, I think
No, I do. Maybe a little bit. Do you know what this thing is? Gestures to SCP-2097.
it is proof of divine friendship. After many trials, our first masterpiece. Oh. Okay, pay attention to this one. After many trials, our first masterpiece, the one Juan wished to keep. With Juan's knowledge and my power, together we make for the world the most beautiful things. Words that are many things are beautiful. We make things worthy of their name. Juan swore he would continue our work. Where is Juan? Did you take him?
I don't know where Juan is, but I can help you find him. Can you tell me more about Juan?
Juan told me that he loves to explore the world. I met him at the Lake of Youth while I was reading a book, and he taught me English. I still remember the first book he read to me, The Canterbury Tales. We had lessons every day, and he would tell me about the wonders of the world or stories of his travels. To share, I would tell him the history of the Mongol Empire.
Why do you only come here once every 23 days?
What are you talking about? I come every day to read.
End of log. Some time stuff happening. With the caterpillar, it seems like only a day passes, while for us it's like nearly a month.
Yes, but didn't they say SCP-2097 was a boy, like a young boy?
I believe the thing itself is like forms of like, has 4 forms: a fencing foil, a leaf-shaped arc, a thin sheet of metal, and a curved metal plate. And then -1 is the letter that gets sent back and forth, while -2 is the caterpillar.
Interesting.
Yeah. My lips. There we go. Hold on, not fully yet. God damn it. Get off me. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yes, just pulling some skin off my lips, sorry. A search for the man named Juan Caballero, described as a Spanish scholar and explorer, is currently ongoing. You will never find him. He is out there somewhere, but you will never find him. Addendum 2. Foundation investigation has discovered a Juan Caballero deceased since 1548. Mr. Caballero was an obscure scholar and documented to be fluent in Spanish, English, and Old Norse. Although the Foundation did not find any record of him being familiar with the Mongolian language, it is probable that this man that -2 is referring to. Efforts are ongoing to recover more information about this individual and the descendant. Addendum 3. On the -2 appeared in the containment area along with 2 sheets of stainless steel, a 1 centimeter thick piece of oak wood, and a leaf from the bearded iris, Iris germanica. -2 explained that it had remembered what Juan had wanted to work on next. Researcher Adams told -2 that the Foundation has found somebody who knows where Juan is and suggested that -2 return later. -2 replied, "It would be good to meet again. He is an uncommonly honest man and always kept his promises." And then he manifested, leaving the materials in the containment area. Well, I don't think Juan is going to keep his promise this time.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Can you imagine how, like, do you think Juan was, like, freaked out? The first time he met -2, he was just like, maybe he just sat down in the garden, looked over, saw this, like, puss moth caterpillar, and just started talking to him.
Yeah, that's definitely something. That's so sad though. They were so happy. He's waiting for them to come back.
Yeah, he's making what seems to be different types of like metal slates, even like some wooden slates.
Is there anything that we can think of as to why they're making that specifically?
Let's see.
Like, any context we can grab? Like, if he's looking for Juan and he likes to read.
Caballero was an obscure scholar and documented to be fluent in Spanish, English, and Old Norse. So I wonder... Not sure why he wants to create those materials. A fencing foil, a leaf-shaped arc, a thin sheet of metal, and a curved metal plate. What's a fencing foil? Let me actually see that. that's well, that's fencing, but not what I'm looking for. I don't think that's what. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's just a.
Maybe he's trying to make a sword.
So the fencing foil would already be the sword itself. Leaf-shaped arc, a thin sheet of metal, and a curved metal plate. The material that is composed of may vary between manifested forms. Materials analysis does not reveal any abnormalities. Will transition repeatedly between these forms, which is most common appearance being a thin sheet of aluminium. So like, it does transform between each of these forms. So I wonder. The title of this SCP.
A leaf-shaped arc is. It's transforming in between. The leaf-shaped arc is the handle of the sword. A thin sheet of metal, that's the sword. A fencing foil.
And a curved metal plate must be the handle. It's like the part of the handle.
The handle, yeah, on the handle. So they're transforming into different parts of a fencing sword, basically.
Yeah, and he says that Juan was very proud of this. It's a masterpiece. And let's not forget it, the perfect foil is what it's called. Which I wonder, now that I'm thinking about it, is the
just look up Juan Caballero and see if that's actually like a real person. Maybe they're like a famous fencer or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, see? Right there.
This would be the most closest one from like time-wise. That would make sense. But he was in 1811, and the Juan that they found was like 15. But
15. Could be an ancestor.
Yeah, it could be some sort of ancestor. But maybe you're right. Maybe like the perfect foil. The foil. Oh, I gotta remake the thumbnail now that I think about it. Maybe it's supposed to be like. Yeah, it's just supposed to be the perfect fencing blade. Maybe Juan was a scholar and also loved to fence. What was the Canterbury Tales? Was the first thing that they read?
Yeah.
Which is a collection of 24 stories that runs to over 17,000 lines, written in Middle English by Geoffrey. Okay, wait, what's the story? Here we go. Brings together the clergy, the nobility, and the peasantry on a common pilgrimage to the shrine of the group. Decides to tell the stories on their way to lighten the mood and enjoy the trip. These stories range from moral to vulgar based on who tells them.
Oh.
Well, I don't think there's any. What happens if I give in fencing? Does it pop up in this? Nope. Okay.
Well, it might not necessarily be fencing. It could just be like that type of sword. It could have been like a rapier.
Yeah.
That was used.
Yeah.
If they were in like some sort of, if possibly was in some sort of war at the time, and like a battle, because back then all we really know about history is that there are a lot of battles between civilizations as the world was kind of settling into place and constantly changing.
Yeah, that could be it. I'm trying to figure out.
See, what's that? Mongolian Empire.
Was a Libya starting on Sunday? The ship's from port. Well, he's Spanish. He's a Spaniard.
Yes. Wait. Treaty renews the treaty of friendship with Spain that had been signed by representatives.
There's more.
I don't know. I'm thinking that he was.
King Charles was the king of Spain. Arthur Maximilian was.
We're like trying to go through history.
We're going so deep in. At the end, it could just be that he just likes fencing, and the capital just wanted to create a gift for him.
He taught me English. He loves to explore the world. I met him at the Lake of Youth. Wake you.
Yeah. I'm at the end. I don't think there's gonna be
I
much.
think there's not much point to Juan. I think it's more so trying to express, like, just a flavoring to express just how old SCP 2097-2 is.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Because
that,
it's supposed to be
like,
like
he
Juan is.
met somebody and they left an impression on him, but it's
Yeah.
supposed to more so express, like, holy crap, this is an ancient SCP.
Yeah, not only that, but
And-
also the fact that it ends with like him saying, "What do you mean? I've been reading book every single day," makes us think like, oh, he's not aware how much time has passed.
Has passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also the fact that he's like, "What? Who are you? Where's Juan?"
Yeah.
Is like, he's just kind of going and going and going. That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, the first interview started with like him being like, "It's been long since you wrote back. How long has it been? A few months." So from his perspective, a few months pass, and in a few months. So let's just say for him, a day for him is 23 days for us. So a few months is definitely a couple, like multiple years.
Yeah. If he said a few months had passed, then like, they're trying to put into perspective that time probably works differently for him.
Yeah.
Or like his perception of time is much different than ours.
Yeah.
So.
Or whatever space he lives in has a different flow of time because he seems to like appear and disappear.
That's true. He could be from going in and out of dimensions, basically.
Yeah,
But not realizing it.
Yeah, not realizing that like his time, which makes you wonder like
Or it could be that he's just straight up time traveling back and forth and not realizing it. Like he could be going back in time and then coming like back here, but like to all different timelines.
could be, but
know.
I feel like the idea that he is in his own pocket dimension and time works differently there would make more sense with like him being like, oh, it's been a few months and you haven't talked to me since for that while, which like, yeah, he hasn't talked to you because like Juan died.
Yeah.
He died like
He's
a
not
long
alive.
time ago, and now you're making gifts for him or you're making stuff for him, but he will never see it.
True.
Yay. All right.
I think it's also partially, we can go on to the next one, but I'll just conclude that it's partially, like, the big emphasis here is that this is simply a caterpillar.
Yeah.
This is just a caterpillar that has been alive for so long that I think the main point is that it's learned and adapted to learn how to, like, read and
Oh yeah.
like different languages, comprehend different languages, and then straight up to the point of manifesting things now. Like it's manifesting things. And I think that's simply because it'd been alive for so long.
Yeah, I'm thinking like if the manifestation aspect is kind of like how like, you know, silk comes from like silk caterpillars, and instead of silk he creates like metal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's because he's so smart though.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we can go on to the next one. What do we
All
got?
right. Let me just